Hey guys, Mike and Dan here, Shifted Talks. Mike, where are we this morning?
We are on the road to the gym, getting ready to muscle it out.
Oh yeah, starting back, summer training Tuesday, beautiful May morning, here we go.
Yeah, we are ready to go. This morning we're going to be doing some cardio with our trainer Dennis, who loves cardio, so our aerobic fitness shall be getting increased today.
Oh yeah, lots of cardio, lots of general conditioning, a lot of stuff we talked about last week, so it's perfect.
Yeah. So I guess what do we want to talk about today?
Yeah, so it's important, I think, this time, playoffs are, NHL playoffs
Yeah, let's
are
talk
on.
about playoffs.
Yeah.
What happened last night?
Well, Sid's coming back from some sort of head injury. Goes barely gets to the boards head first yesterday. I don't think that was.
Yeah, but he got up and shook it off, right?
He's a tough guy. So,
Yeah, athletes.
really tough
Hockey
guy.
players, eh?
Yeah,
Tough.
I think it's important for you guys out there to be watching these games right now, though, and to be learning things and not just watching as a fan. It's such a critical thing to watch players in your position and in other positions also, that things that they do with the puck or without the puck in certain situations that you find yourselves in during games also, and taking notes kind of on what they do at certain times. That way you can initiate that into your play, and you're not just watching the games as a fan, you're watching it as an observer, as a learner, to make yourself a better player in the long run. I don't know, what do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think it's really important to be able to see things for yourself. What I mean by that is to visually see it and then put it to your own experiences, and then relate it to what did I do in this situation, what would I do in this situation, and then see what they do, because these guys are the guys who are doing it at a very high tempo, and they're the best in the world at it. So
Right.
if you can learn from them, that makes a world of a difference in your own play. And when you're watching, it's really important to be able to identify with the type of player that you are, so you can kind of start to find your own niche and see what type of player that you want to be. Some people say that you have to adapt to the style of play, and I think that that's important too, but it's also equally as important to know what you like to do and what makes you happiest to do and what makes you have fun the most to do, because if you find that, you're going to naturally want to do more of that, and if you naturally want to do more of something, you're going to get better at it.
Right.
So you might as well double down on that and really try to excel in those areas, and that will be easier to excel in than an area that you're not as passionate about. But those areas that you're not as passionate about, they're equally as important, because if you want to make it to the next level, usually coaches will try to see a well-rounded approach to each other's game, and if you can identify yourself as a better player in certain categories, then if you're at least as good as the next player in the ones that you don't like to do as much, then it's going to give you a higher probability of making the team, or being selected, or being out there in the last minute, or being a reliable source for your coach to put you out there.
Right. Well said. I mean, let's face it, these guys, the teams that are left in the NHL, that they are the best of the best at this time, and they've prepared all season, and now they're executing the best at the best time of the season to execute.
It's a tough time to play, because it's a great time to play, but it's tough because everyone's going so hard, and it's like every little inch is contested, and when you can do the types of things that they're able to do with that amount of pressure on them, both externally and physically and mentally and emotionally, because let's face it, emotions are running high at this time, and everyone wants to make the right play. It's the players who are able to keep their mind focused on what they want to do,
right,
and not let the external pressures get to them. That's why Sid is is so good because, his work ethic matches his skill level, but he also knows exactly what he wants to do out there, and he goes out and he executes it. I like to try to, if you could compare Sid and Ovechkin, Sid is generally, an 8 out of 10 on 9 out of 10 games he plays, where Ovi will be a 10 out of 10, 2 out of every 10 games, and, but he's maybe a 6 or a 7 on some other nights. Well, coaches look at that and they're saying, well, I'd rather have the guy who's 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times, because that's going to be someone who I can rely upon night after night.
Right, and they know what they're getting.
Yeah,
a lot of their success, especially Sid. I mean, everybody really at that level, a lot of their success comes from how consistently they perform at their standards. I think, especially at this time of the year, playoff time. You play every other day. It's so important that you bring everything you have night after night, and that means preparing well. That means eating well. That means sleeping an adequate amount of time. Taking care of yourself away from the rink definitely bring results on the ice. And these players that are left in the NHL playoffs right now, they're the ones benefiting from all that preparation and that hard work. So
yeah, and when you want to compare, when you compare Sid to Ovi, and it's just a very easy thing to do. You can compare them, but the real comparison comes from when you compare Sid to himself, and that's where you can see how amazing he really is, because you can see that he's constantly great and he's always good, but he's always trying to better himself, and he's always trying to improve upon the already extraordinary performances he's made.
Right.
So, but he knows that he has to be that player for the team. He knows that a lot of responsibility is put on his shoulders to be an offensive catalyst and to make things happen. Whereas, other players on the team who aren't charged with the role of being the offensive dynamo, they also are performing 8 out of 10 in their specific roles. So you get a guy like, let's say, Jay Beagle on Washington.
Right.
You know what he's going to get. You know what you're going to get from him most nights. He's in a checking role, and he's going to be performing that against, most of the time, the other team's top scoring threat. So, if he's doing that consistently night after night, that's also a reason for the coach to rely on him. So you don't have to be the goal scorer, the guy who scores 40 or 50 goals to make a career out of something. You have to be the most consistent player in whatever role you have. And that's why finding your niche is a really important thing to do, because it can allow you to put the trust in the coach's trust in you, and allow you to have more ice time, which will mean you'll get more scoring opportunities just because you're out there more often.
Right. Well said. Well said. Well, guys, this is Mike and Dan. The big takeaway from today's video, obviously, is to watch and observe and constantly be learning and finding ways to better your play. And what better way to do that than to learn from the best of the best that are still playing for the Stanley Cup. So enjoy yourself and enjoy the process, and we'll see you next time on Shifted Talks. You can follow us along at Shifted Hockey, and feel free to leave a comment. Thanks, guys. Take care, guys.